Hi, it's Sala from Card Chance Ahead. Welcome back to my channel. It's time for part 2 of my mini series of making Z-fold cards. Here you can see the card that I made in part 1. It has a sunflower theme. I will link the video down below in case you want to watch it. I will just set those aside. And this times card will be more gender neutral deer card. Here I was using that deer from Mintay's Cozy Evening cut apart sheet. I just fussy cut it out, or fussy cut it out, because I didn't want to have the rosy background for it. Then I took papers from Mintay's Fall Festival collection, 3 panels to be exact. They are all from the same piece of paper, but I did decide to flip one of them over. I also die cut 2 reeds, and from the center pieces of those reeds, I die cut 4 sentiment pieces. Then I had the top layer, matting layer for that, and also 2 white rectangles. Wow, that word was hard. I used some fussy cut images, or images I had fussy cut from Mintay's autumn book. So basically all the products I'm using here, all the papers, are from Mintay. I had some pencil marks there. I was just erasing them, and then off to gluing things down we go. Sadly, I have no clue whose reed that die is. I was stupid enough to take all my dies out of their packaging, or most of my dies out of their packaging, and put them onto the wall of my craft room on magnetic sheets, and then I just got rid of all the packaging. Wasn't really wise. Sometimes I have some sort of a memory of which company the certain die came from, but not always. And here you can see me taking out my Distress Oxide vintage photo to be exact. And I didn't remember to distress the edges of my paper before gluing it down, but luckily I was using brown matting layer, so I could just distress them now. And now I was happy because I had forgotten it with the other piece as well. Here I was trying to make up my mind which one I wanted to use in the front of the card. Because like I said, I did decide to use separate or different sides of that paper for those panels, just to bring in some contrast, bring in some interest. You know. This is actually the 3rd time I'm doing this voiceover, because I was not happy with the first version, and then I forgot to hit the record button with the 2nd time. So yeah, I'm trying my best here. At least I had some practice, right? Okay, we are almost done with the gluing. If you wonder what I'm doing here and there, I am actually lifting my work surface, like here, and putting the things I have glued under it so that they will lay flat as they dry. Then I took some embossing powder from WoW, and also their embossing ink pad, and that is clear gloss, you know, the color of the embossing powder. You can see me sprinkle it on. I also did the same for my top sentiment piece, one of the sentiment pieces. Here we go. And I had the scrap piece of paper on my desk because I wanted to get all that excess powder that I was sprinkling and save it for later. I just pour it straight back into the jar. Here we go. I am putting those two reed layers together. I think it brings a nice touch when you have one of them embossed and one of them not embossed, because the embossed version, it looks a little bit darker and it is also glossy. So it looks like there's more to it whenever there are two different patterns or something. Now you can see me stacking my sentiment layers. I was actually using that piece where I die cut one of them out of, because I think it makes using those flimsy sentiment pieces a little bit easier, as they kind of stay in place, and also I think it's really easy to curve one of those and then the sentiment isn't straight anymore. So it also helps with that. Just a little tip. I got those stacked and left them to dry for a bit. And after they were dry, I started putting everything together. The deer doesn't have legs, but that doesn't matter. I will just cover it with that leaf bush with acorns. I did try a few different options to see if I like them more, but I just thought that looked or seemed the most natural choice, the one with leaves and acorns, because I was thinking, the deer lives in the forest and there are leaves and acorns there, so there we go. That's just how my trail of thoughts went. Then I took some 3D foam squares and used them on the deer to pop it up a little bit. I was just checking on the placement, and this time actually distressing the piece before I put it down. I did have the foam squares in there before distressing. I'm not perfect, but I did better with some of the previous pieces. I'm learning. There we go. Acorns go down. And now I'm taking actually one of the bigger leaves that I had planned for the top, because I felt like the bottom was missing a little bit something. So I put one of the maple leaves there. I could have got all this out, me wiggling with different pieces of ephemera, but I thought it was important for somebody who is maybe newer to card making to see that it's not just, okay, I'm going to crop a few pieces of ephemera and putting them down and it will be perfect. It doesn't work like that, at least not for me. I need to go through different options and actually see how they look. I did use my Distress Collage medium to adhere the top pieces because they came straight on the glossy surface of that heat embossed reed, so I was afraid that it wouldn't stick if I used my regular paper glue. Here I'm just removing some excess glue that came from behind the sentiment. and starting to glue things down on my card base. I didn't exactly center this white piece that I am supposed to write my message on. I put it a little bit towards the top. That is something I like to do. I just think it looks nice. That's all the reasoning I have for it. And here's the top layer. That is the one that I flipped, or that I used the different side on, just to bring in some contrast. Here you can see more clearly that there are actually two different patterns on the papers when the card is closed. And now I'm putting some glue on the left side of my top piece. You don't want to put glue on all of the back side because you will glue your card shut, and we don't want to do that. Then I took some flat back gems. They are self-adhesive, but I always take the adhesive part off because I don't trust that they will stay in place as time goes by. So I took my Distress Collage Medium and glued them down with that instead. Here's the finished card. I hope you like it. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up. Here I was showing you that you can also glue down the front flap if you wish, but I just like to leave it as it is and leave it loose because I like that zigzag pattern basically that it does. Here is the original card that I was casing for these two atom cards. And here is the card from first video. Anyway, if you like my content, please subscribe or leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I will see you next time, and bye for now.